today we're going to make what I call the cutesy top because I think it's cute. What do you think? All right, so to get started on your top, you're going to start right here, right above your girls. You're going to work your way down and make it the length that you desire. You don't have to make a border on the bottom because of the way the stitch works up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come up here and you're going to make a couple of shoulder pieces. And then you're going to just start working on the sleeves right here and make the sleeves as long as you want. And again, you don't need to put a border on the sleeves because of the way the stitch works out. But you will be making a border around the neckline just to pull everything in. And we've ended up with a square neckline. All right, so then I've added this ribbon, which is totally optional, of course. I just weaved it through the stitches that were already there. And let me tell you the size. This is about a medium, and it's around 18 inches wide. And then from the shoulder to the very bottom, I have made it around 21 and a half inches long from the shoulder to the very bottom. You can certainly make it longer if you wish. So, yeah, let's get started. Now for this top and the hat, I used this Premier Chameleon yarn. Color changes in sunlight, and it really does. You may have seen that at the beginning of the video. And there are 229 yards in a 100-gram ball, 100% cotton. And this yarn is a light 3-weight. Suggested hook size is a 5mm, which is what I used. And I have two colorways here that I used. I know they both look white. And they do look white inside the house. But when you get in the bright sun, they really do change. This yarn is so soft, incredibly soft. So I had bought 2 balls of this color, which is called White to Pink Multi. Now I only used maybe 1 ball, and that was mainly to do the trim. Now this other one, same stats and everything. This one is, the colorway is called White to Pink. Now I had 3 balls of this, and this is all I have left from the 3rd ball. Now you certainly don't have to use this yarn for this tutorial, for this top and hat. You can use any light 3-weight 100% cotton yarn. Some YouTubers have been saying that this yarn has a smell to it, and it definitely does have a smell to it. Some are saying that it has a strong chemical smell, and it very well may to them. I don't have a sensitivity to smell, so the smell does not bother me. Actually, to me, it smells pleasant. It doesn't bother me one bit. It almost smells like some kind of light air freshener to me. So everybody's nose is different, right? So I have not washed this garment, but I will be doing a review once I wash it to see if the smell comes out. But you can use any light 3-weight yarn, 100% cotton, to make this hat and make this top. And I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Now we're going to make a chain in multiples of 4. My chain was 108. I made it a little bit bigger than what would fit snugly around myself. I added actually 8 chains so it wouldn't be so tight. So let's do that. Multiples of 4. Okay, because my top is almost done, I'm only doing a sample here. So once you have your chain made, you're going to lay it down in front of you and make sure there are no twists in it. And then we're going to close it off because we'll be working in the round. Okay, then you want to chain 1. In this very first stitch right here, we're going to make a single crochet. A single crochet. Sorry. Okay, let's go in there and make a single crochet. And then we're going to make a single crochet in every chain. So if you made 108 chains like I did, you will have 108 single crochets. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of this row. And when you get to the end of your row, you're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet you made, not this chain 1. Okay, the first single crochet. Okay, now you're going to chain 3, which is going to count as a double crochet. And then you're going to go into the next stitch and make a double crochet. You're going to make a double crochet in every chain, every single crochet that you made, all the way to the end, and you will have the same amount of double crochets as you had chains and single crochets. Okay, double crochet in every single crochet all the way around. Now when you get to the end of your first row of double crochets, you're going to be doing a slip stitch, into the top of that first chain 3 there that you made that counts as a double crochet. So just go into the top of that, do a slip stitch, chain 3. This will count as your first double crochet in this next row, and then you put a double crochet in every double crochet all the way around to the end of this row. Now I made 13 rows of double crochets. All right, so this is just a sample. I did my chain 1 row of single crochets and then 13 rows of double crochets. This is the top of the top. This will be right above your girls. And then we're going to work down the 13 rows, go right under my girls, and then we're going to change to a different stitch for the rest of the top, which will be whatever length you desire. Okay, once you're done your double crochet rows, I'll show you how to start on the next stitch. Now when you've finished your last row of double crochets that you want to make, then you're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. Slip stitch in the top of that to close off your work. Okay, now we want to chain 3, and now we're going to go into this first stitch right here with 3 double crochets. That first chain 3 you made counts as a double crochet. Okay, so that means you have 4 double crochets. Oh dear, sorry. 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting that chain 3 as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first stitch. And then we're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. In the 4th stitch, we're going to make 4 double crochets again. And that's what we're going to be doing for this round. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, go in the 4th stitch with 4 double crochets. This is going to be a 2-row repeat with this stitch. This stitch is setting up for the next row. Okay, so 4 double crochets in the first stitch. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets in the next, skip 3 stitches, 4 double crochets in the next, and keep going until the end of this round. Now we're at the end of the row. You should have 1, 2, 3 stitches left to skip over. So now you're going to skip over those, and you're going to do a slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Okay, now we're going to chain 1. Now let's take a look here. We have 4 double crochets. So around this first double crochet, we want to do a front post double crochet. So wrap the yarn around your hook, go in behind that first double crochet, grab your yarn and pull through, and then just finish off making a double crochet. Okay, so we've dealt with that first double crochet in this cluster of 4. And then we're going to go right in between these 2 next double crochets, just pull it apart. We're going to make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, right in that same space. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets, all in that same space. Okay, let's take a look. So we did a front post double crochet around this first double crochet. The next 2 double crochets, we pulled them apart, and we worked 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet right in between those 2. So then we have 1 more double crochet left here in this cluster, so we're going to do a front post double crochet around that one, like we did around the first one. And we're going to do that for every cluster of 4 double crochets. Okay, front post double crochet around that first double crochet. Right in between the next 2 double crochets, we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Once you get the rhythm going, it's really easy. Okay, so 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in that same spot. And this is the second of the 2-row repeat. So you'll be repeating this row and this row over and over again till you get the length you want. Okay, we have 1 more double crochet here, so we're going to make a front post double crochet around it. Okay, your next cluster, 4 double crochets. Put a front post double crochet around that first double crochet right here. Take a look at your other 2 double crochets, the next 2, right in between. Put 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 2, 3 double crochet, that's 1, 2, 3, and then you still have this other double crochet over here. Put a front post double crochet around it. So this is what your work is looking like. I hope I didn't go out of camera shot. Okay. And then you just continue doing all that to get to your last cluster of double crochets. Make sure you don't forget to put the front post double crochet around that last double crochet, and I will meet you there. All right, here we are at the end of your last cluster. You did the 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in between these, and you did your front post double crochet around this one. Here's your last double crochet that you're going to do a front post double crochet around. So go ahead and do that. Let's see if I can move this. Okay. And then what you're going to do is, right after this space here in this stitch, just do a slip stitch right into that one. And we're going to slip stitch all the way to this chain 2 space. Okay, slip stitch in the next stitch. In the next one, so that's 3. And then slip stitch right into that chain 2 space. Now we're going to chain 3. We're going to make our 4 double crochets in these chain 2 spaces, like 4 double crochets like we made in this first row here. So chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so we'll do 3 more in that space. All right, so now counting that chain 3, we have 4 double crochets in the chain 2 space. We're going to jump right over to the next chain 2 space and make 4 double crochets in it. Three, 4. Now we're going to jump over to the next chain 2 space, make 4 double crochets in it. That's what we're going to do for this round. 3, 4. This round is very fast. Okay, 4 double crochets in each chain 2 space. Next one's there, next one's there, and keep going, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Now when you've completed your row of putting 4 double crochets in each of the chain 2 spaces, we're going to slip stitch right into the top of that chain 3. Let me tighten this up a little bit here. To the top of that chain 3, which counted as a double crochet, just do a slip stitch in there, chain 1. And now we're going to start doing the front post double crochets. And then remember, the next 2 double crochets are right in the middle. We're going to make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then move this double crochet out of the way, and this last one here, you're going to do your front post double crochet around that. Okay, maybe I'll show you just one more time. Okay, your cluster of 4 double crochets. First double crochet, we want to do a front post double crochet around it. Now the next 2 double crochets, right in the very middle, we're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So it's 3, and then we're going to chain 2, 3 more double crochets. And then you can move that double crochet out of the way if you want. This last double crochet, make a front post double crochet around it. And then you carry on. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. These 2 are the repeat. So we do this one, that one, and then repeat them, this one, that one. And you keep going, and then this will be the bottom of your top as you keep going down, so you won't have to do a border. This is going to be your border at the end. So you're going to have an even number of rows because it's a 2-row repeat. So you're going to have an even number of rows. I made 14 rows of these stitches. These here, this one is 2, 3, and 4. 14 rows all together. So when you're done that, we'll go to the next section. All right, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to make this strap. Now, find the center of your top. And what I did was I put stitch markers where I want the straps to go. I left, under the arm, I left, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 double crochets under the arm. And then I put my stitch markers in, and then I counted over, let's see, I counted over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then put my stitch marker in the next one, and that's how wide my straps are going to be. I'm going to make double crochets. I'm going to make 16 rows of double crochets, which measures all the way around 11 inches. All right, so you don't need a multiple of anything for your straps because they're just going to be double crochets. So right where I have this stitch marker, I'm just gonna hook my yarn in there. And then I'm gonna chain 3. That'll be my first double crochet. Okay, chain 3. And then I'm going to go into the next double crochet with a double crochet. And then in the next, all the way to and including my next stitch marker. So that's 3, 4, and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. Okay. So now at the end of that row, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn your work around to the other side, and then continue making double crochet rows. So that's your first double crochet. So then you're going to go to the next stitch and make a double crochet, and keep going till you have the same number you had in the first row there. Okay, keep doing that. Remember that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Okay, keep doing that until your strap is the length you want. It's good to pin it to the back before you actually sew it on, just to be able to try it on, to make sure it's the right length to go over your shoulder. Now I have the strap done, and I left a long piece to sew it onto my garment between the 2 stitch markers. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, once you're done doing that, then we'll go on to the next step. We're getting there. Now I've turned my piece right side out again, and this is the armhole. So what we're going to do around it is we're going to put single crochets all the way around, and we're going to make sure they are in multiples of 4. Because we're going to do that fancy stitch for the sleeves as well. And on the other sleeve I did, let's see, I did 48, yes, 48 single crochet. So that's what I'm going to do under this arm as well, of course. I've got to have a match up so they don't feel funny, so one's not smaller than the other. Okay, so this is my first single crochet chain. You chain 1, and then you put a single crochet in that very same stitch, and then go to the next one, single crochet, go to the next one, single crochet, next one, single crochet all the way around your strap till you get back to this point. Okay, make sure they are in multiples of 4. Now when you've finished your single crochets around the armhole, slip stitch into the first one you made, and then we're going to start making that fancy stitch again. So chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, 3 double crochets in that same spot, and then you're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, go in the next one, put 4 double crochets, continue on with that, and then do your next row. I don't think I have to show you all of this again, right? Because it's the same as what we did at the bottom of your top, these rows here. And so I'll tell you how many I made for the other arm, the other sleeve. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I did 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2 is 10. So I did 10 rows for the sleeves. All right, then I'll show you the next step after that. Okay, so when you have your sleeve, your shoulder pieces and your sleeves done, This is the neckline. I'm going to go all the way around with a single crochet, and I may do a few rows of single crochets, but I'll let you know how many I'm going to do, and or how many I've done once I've done them. And I'm going to go not just in this part here, I'm going to go right down to where that double crochet, top of that double crochet is. I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to do single crochets all the way around. So chain one, do single crochet in that very first stitch. Go to the next one all the way around. Okay, it's just to tidy everything up. And I'll meet you when I'm done, and I'll let you know how many rows I did, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I've done one row of single crochets. I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to do some decreases just to pull these shoulder pieces up a little bit more. So I'm going to do a decrease in every 10th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm going to do a decrease. This is my 10th stitch. So I'm going to go through there, pull my loop through, and then go through the 11th one, pull my loop through, and then pull them together. So that'll reduce, that will reduce those 2 stitches into one. So then I'm going to continue on doing the same thing. Every 10th and 11th I'm going to put do 2 single crochets together to do a decrease. Okay, I'll let you carry on. You can do that for several rows if you want to pull your shoulders up more than they are, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done is I did one row of just plain single crochets, and then the second row I did some decreases in. So I only did one row of decreases, and then I tried it on, and it fits me good the way it is, so that's where I'm going to stop with my decreases, and you may want to do that too. So now I'm going to do some little fancy stitches, not really that fancy, but just to go around the neckline. Let's see, I'm going to just chain 3 and then go in that same stitch with a double crochet, and that same stitch with another double crochet. So that's 3. I'm going to skip 2 stitches, go in the next one with 3 double crochets. Okay, then I'm going to skip 2 stitches, go in the next one with 3 double crochets. This is just to add a cutesy little border, sticking with the kind of the fan. the fan look, I guess you could say. Yeah, just go all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Now, when you get to the end of your neckline for making the little fan stitches, just slip stitch. Oh, first I wanted to show you, I was skipping 2 stitches in between each one, and I ended up with just having 1 to skip here. That's quite all right. Just go into the top of that chain 3 there, and just close it off. And cut your yarn, and you'll be done. You'll be done your cutesy top. Okay, let's pull this out a bit here. I can't show you the whole thing, I don't think. Alright, so this is the top part of it. So I just need to sew the ends in. The sleeves. And then I'm going to add one little extra part that you will see in the pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd like to take the opportunity to ask you to please subscribe for more tutorials and yarny goodness. And thank you so much. If you like this video, please click like. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.